Hi, I'm Clay Souza. I'm a wedding portrait photographer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And you're watching 808 with Clay, where we go live every Monday and Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about photography. We talk about posing, we talk about lighting, we talk about composition, which are the three pillars to amazing and desirable photography. The goal of this channel is to move you from point A to point B, always trying to help you to improve your photography. This is the channel for you. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell button over there so you get notified every time I post some content here. All right. We also on Instagram at the same name, claysouzaofficial.com/claysouzaofficial, where I post every single day. I would love if you guys could go to Instagram, give us a follow, because there's a lot of good content here. I'm an active photographer and always helping people to get better with their photography. Okay, so it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. And tonight, guys, the topic of tonight is working with models. What are the things that we need to know to make our experience working with models a little bit easier and better, right? Um, Celester, if you are here, let me put you on the spot a little bit here. If you are here, Celester, I know that you work a lot with a lot of models. Can you write something that give us like a little sample of something that models do that you don't like? If you want to, you don't have to. Or any one of you, if any one of you, hey Jeff, uh, any one of you who have worked with models, tell me here in the comments something that a model has done that you don't like. It could be like being late, being flaky, something like that. Just let me know here in the comments so we can talk about it. All right. Let me tell you why I decided to do this topic today. Because I'm always talking about building a portfolio, getting models to help you build your portfolio, that type of stuff. And I know a few times that I have worked with models on the beginning of my career. I used to work more. Now we don't have much available time anymore. I know that those few times that I worked with models, there was always some type of drama going on, right? So it's like late and they don't show up, or I mean, it's important. I mean, it's always like, every time I hired a model to work with, I never knew what to expect. I never knew if she was going to show up or not, or if it's going to be late, which kind of drama she was bringing into the photo shoot. And honestly, I try to be as much drama free as I can, and I really don't like it. No. Um, all right. So Celeste said, come without makeup, late, no communication. See, this is more common than you guys think, right? And Alex answered my question about what's happening. Alex is going to New York this weekend for the graduation party and two kids models. That's very good, Alex. Congratulations, New York City. Woo! Let's have fun. So, um, so what happens when you work with models, like Celeste said? So they come with no makeup, they come late, and they don't communicate well. I don't know what happens, but this is very same experience that I had the few times I worked with models, right? So let's list some things that you can do beforehand to help you to avoid those things, because a lot of it is we can avoid it. At least we can try to we can try. Oops, wrong camera. We can try to predict what's happening, and try to avoid it. So the number one thing that I advise you to do is this: if you guys photographing something, um, if it's something important that you're doing, have then more than one model, right? have more than one model. If it's something important, let's say if you teach a workshop or something like that kind, right? Have more than one model booked, because they're gonna flake on you. They're not gonna show up, and then you're gonna be in trouble, right? So try to have, if you can, if it's something really really important that you're doing, not just like, not saying that your photo shoot's not important, but your photo shoot, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, it's a big deal, but not as bad as you get people paying for you to teach a workshop and the model doesn't show up. Or maybe like even not the workshop, maybe like you schedule uh, uh, photo walk and the models don't show up, right? So every time I'm doing something that's public, it's more than me on the photo shoot, I always have two models, because let me tell you what happened. Um, what happened is this. I was teaching a workshop here in North Carolina, and I booked a model, right? Talked to her on the phone, everything's fine. So looks like everything's a go. But last minute, I had this gut feeling that, I have about like 10, 12 people signed up for this workshop. Um, it was outdoors, so it wasn't anything like in studio. And last minute, I have this gut feeling like something's gonna happen. So I end up calling some people and found another model. Sure enough, the model that I had hired first, like maybe half an hour before the event started happening, she calls me saying she can't make it. Oh, and gave me like all kinds of excuses and stuff. And she's like, I can't make it. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I hope it work again another time. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. Hang up on my mind and said, look, never more. We're not working again, never more. Right? So now, if it is, if it is, if it was something that, if I hadn't had that gut feeling, I mean, I had like, I think about 12 people signed up for this workshop. They already paid for the workshop. Can you imagine if the model doesn't show up? I mean, that's bad, right? So that's why you always, if it's something important, have a backup plan, have a plan B, because at the time you're not going to be able to. And one thing that you don't want to do if you're doing something, you're doing a photo walk or workshop or something like that. One thing that you don't want to do is to have to photograph people who are on your photo walk, people who are in your Oh, I just grabbed one of the person who came to the photo walk and then photograph them. You don't want to do that. So that's why you hire a model. So always have more than one model if you're shooting something that is important. All right. So the next thing I can talk about is communication. Communication is it's a big thing. Like Celeste said here, um, they don't communicate well, right? So number two that goes in here is communication, right? Make sure that you communicate everything. Don't assume anything. This is more like of a no assumption. Do not assume anything. Communicate everything. And on the communication thing, what I can tell you is this: communicate everything that you need to talk about, right? Arrive time, what time the photo shoot starts, what time is it going to end, right? Location, just don't say just this is what is going to happen. No, this is going to happen. Send them a link, send them a pin, send them a link to the map, to the location. Make sure you do your part, right? Also, communicate expectations. What is the look that you're looking for? Which kind of things you're looking for? Is it a public place? Is it a private place? All that type of stuff needs to be communicated and agreed upon beforehand. Also, payment. Do not shy away from talking about payment, because that is a huge thing. Okay, you don't want problems on the payment arena. And I have more to talk about payment at the end of this list here. I have a list about like 5 things that I want to talk about, and one of them is payment. We're going to talk about payment by itself. All right. So, but this is what I'm talking about. If you book a model over the phone, make sure you have written communication. Once you agree on everything, this is how much it's going to cost, this is what time it starts, this is the location, send them a written email and ask them to reply back if they receive the email. So what you're doing here, you're covering your areas, you're covering your butt pretty much, saying, hey, she can't come back and say, oh, I didn't get the email, right? So send them an email with everything that you guys talk over the phone, and also ask her to reply back saying, well, yeah, I got the email, everything's all right. Okay, we actually, let me tell you this, not only models, we do this with clients also. When you talk to the client over the phone, we always say, hey, don't worry about taking notes, we're going to send you an email with all we talked about. It's more for us to document everything we talk about. And at the end of the email, we always say, hey, let me know if you got this email. Okay? So it's always like you're always looking for that confirmation, because that way there's no misunderstanding. Oh, I didn't get the email. No, you did. You replied to me saying that you got the email. Right? Oh, I didn't understand this. Oh, it's an email. Oh, you didn't say this. Let's look at the email. Email is your helper. Email is the confirmation of everything. If you say something, nobody can prove anything. If it's written and acknowledged, then we have documentation on that. All right. So in payment, let's talk about payment. We have a whole bullet point on payment down there. A little bit more on payment, because that's really important. So we talked about have more than one model if it's an important event, communication, and the third one here is number 3. If you guys are shooting something that's risky, right? That is more sexualized. Let's say if you guys shooting boudoir, for instance, especially if it is male-female relationship. As a male photographer, I'm always aware of this thing. If you guys are shooting something that's a boudoir on a private location, one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to be locked in with that model by yourself. You never know who is on the other side of the camera. Okay? Ask her to bring a second person, not you, but her to bring a second person. And I would also bring somebody else. I don't shoot anybody, like if I'm shooting something that's more risky or anything, I always shoot with my wife on my site or here at least in the same building. So that way I have protection. You don't want to get into that situation where you are by yourself, by you being alone with the model, especially if it is a female model, right? We don't want to get into that situation. If it's a relationship that's like male photographer, female model, you always want to ask her to bring a second person. Okay, so that way you're protected, she's protected, she feels more protected. Actually, something that models should be doing. I mean, I've seen models going to crazy stuff for a photo shoot, and I've seen photographers putting themselves in situations where you don't really want to be there. You don't want to be that guy. Okay, so be careful with that. Now, for the other one here, for number 4, let's talk about outfits. You should have outfits. What? That should be on you, right? Unless agreed upon before ahead of time, you should have your outfits, because it is on you to come up with a concept, unless you guys agree on something ahead of time. Hey, let me look at this, what you have, and let's do this. Actually, this should be more of a make sure that you see the outfit before it happens. And this is where I'm coming from with this. Probably like one about a year and a half back, I was shooting. Um, I was mentoring. I was a mentoring session. I had a hard time remembering that. It was a mentoring session, all right? So, and I booked a model for the mentoring session because all my mentoring sessions, there's a lot of shooting when you mentor with me. We have a little bit of theory and a lot of shooting, a lot of practice. Um, so I talked to the model over the phone, and she asked me which kind of outfit should I wear, and I made the mistake of saying, yeah, it's up to you. You can wear, yeah, it's up to you. So I sent her an email. Everything is going good. She showed up on time. Outfit was horrible. The outfit was not anything that you should be photographing with. It's just not coordinated. The colors are weird. Everything else. Did I get mad at her? No. I got mad at me, got mad at myself because I knew that was something that I missed. I should have guided her through the outfit, or she should wear one of my dresses. Um, because when I'm doing on my mentoring sessions, I always want you to shoot, but you also want to shoot images to use in a portfolio, right? And I felt bad for the mentee who was a girl who was with me. I felt so bad that it was a 2 day mentoring session. So the next day I extended the time and I hired another model to come for us to repeat the same image that we did with the other one to teach her one more time. But she asked me, what do I do for outfit? And I said, don't worry, I have dresses here. You're going to wear one of my dresses. And then that was it. I felt bad because I failed my mentee by not controlling the model outfits. So I was really bummed that that happened because more because it was my fault. I made the mistake of letting the model pick the outfit that she wanted. I didn't even ask to see it. I didn't ask what she had. I just let it happen and boom, fail. So, but like everything in life, we learn from our mistakes, right? So nowadays, I don't do every time I'm mentoring, I book a model. I have the outfits because I have a bunch of dresses. I have wedding dresses. I have flowing dresses. I have big dresses, small dresses. Uh, if the cops stop me and look at the trunk of my car, they're going to think I'm a freak because I drive with a bunch of dresses inside the car. So yeah, make sure you control the outfit. Make sure that if you have your outfits, this is one advice again. I have your outfits. It's not that expensive. Go to a thrift. If you need wedding dresses, go to a thrift store. They have plenty of dresses there for you to buy. They're cheap. You can find some good stuff there. Thrift store is a great place to accessories like hats, chains, bracelets, all that type of stuff is really good. Scarves and things like that. So you can buy cheap and things that you can use in a photo shoot. All right. Now, um, what I one thing that you can ask the model to bring is accessories, right? Maybe you say, hey, you're going to wear my dress. If the dress is this color, you can bring accessories if you have some. So she'll bring hats, she'll bring scarves and all jewelry, all that type of stuff to complement. That's fine because you don't have to use it. If you don't like what it is, if it doesn't go with your idea, you don't have to use it. But asking for accessories is fine. But I would advise you to have your own dresses. Start building a collection slowly. You don't have to buy everything at once, right? But this is going to be the foundation of especially if you are starting now and if you need to create a portfolio. This is the way to do it, okay? So remember, I keep telling you this. My first weddings, I booked my first weddings. They were all the sample images that I had were all um, from models photo shoot, okay? Then I got lucky because I did like a 2 or 3 model photo shoot, and then I booked a wedding right away. My very first wedding was free; I didn't charge, and that came around, and then I have images. And after that one, I start charging, and then right after the first one, I got a bridal portrait. Here's a little story. bride getting married at the beach. She had a little bit too much to drink, and she was clearly drunk on the picture. So yeah, she didn't like them. So she hired us to do bridal portraits of her and the groom. So that created my portfolio, and after that, it just like blew up. All right. So let me look at the comments here. Um, Celeste said, make sure you talk on the phone, not just text message. Good one, Celeste. Celeste, I'm interested. I'm interested in why. I don't really know why. Why do you think it's important to talk on the phone, not only text? Do you have any examples of situation where you have been that talking on the phone made a difference? Tell me. I mean, educate me because I don't know. I'm wondering why. What can I learn from this? It's one more thing that I want to learn today. Um, And Alex said, I had to cancel my actor's headshot because if a crazy of a crazy jealous boyfriend. Luckily, Diana was aware of what was going on. Yes, especially us who have partners. Yes, our partner needs to be aware of everything that's happening, especially if you're photographing somebody from the other sex. You don't want to bring drama to your relationship because of a model, right? So now let's talk about the last one here that I have. I'm going to put it in red because I think it's really important. And the way I think about it, I bet many of you have not thought about it this way. Let me move this up a little bit. Do I have focus? I have focus. I'm going to put this in red here. Let's talk about payment. Why we talking about payment here? First of all, if you're going to get somebody working for you, there's going to be some type of money exchange, right? Uh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Not money exchange, some type of payment. Now, this is how I do this. If I'm giving the model images, that's her payment. That's their payment. I'm not giving them images and giving them money. Otherwise, I'm paying twice. Why am I saying this? Because if we follow everything that's in here, okay, you communicated, you took your time to communicate, to call, to send emails, to come up with an outfit, come up with a concept and everything, and you go out, you photograph, and you edit the images. Can you see how much work you have done, right? How much work you have done, and then when time comes, they always want the image and they want some type of money. No, with me, it's either or. Either you're going to get the images or you're going to get payment, cash payment, right? But what's important about this is that it needs to be communicated beforehand. Needs to be communicated ahead of time. And there's nothing wrong on having that conversation, open, frank communication about it. Hey, listen, this is how I work. You either get images or you get money. What do you want? Because I feel like if I give you both, I'm paying you twice. And you are paying them twice. If you're doing this right now, you are paying your models twice. If you give them images and you give them money, because your image have value. If you give them images and give them money, which message are you sending? You're sending one message. I do not value my work enough to see this as payment method. Sorry, that's what's happening. Okay, and if that's how you, if you feel, and if you listen to me now, and if you think that's all right, that's a problem. You need to rethink this because you may not be valuing your photography the way you should be valuing. All right. So agree beforehand. It's either money or payment. I've had this happen to me before. I paid the model, didn't give her any images, and she said, "Hey, I want some images." I said, "It's $25 each." That's it. You got paid. I paid you money. I don't need to give you image. And she ended up buying 3 or 4 images from the photo shoot. Okay? It's not because you're cheap or anything like that. It's just a matter of valuing, right? The same way they value their time, you value your time. You're going to edit, and you're going to be doing a lot of stuff. You're going to be editing those images. You're going to be shooting. You're going to be spending a lot of time, even if it is of your own benefit to put in a portfolio. But when it comes to payment, you need to be thinking about the way I would advise you to think is think this way. Either you pay cash or you pay with images. If they get images, they do not get cash. If they get cash, they do not get images. Period. That's what it is. It is fine to work that way because that's how I work, and I have never had an issue with it as long as it's communicated ahead of time. Within all of that communication that I talked about earlier, needs to be documented on the email. This is the deal. This is what we are agreeing with. Okay? Everything that's communicated do not give you a headache. And because if you I ask the question, oh no, hold on. Before I go there, there's one exception. There's one exception to this payment rule. Let's say your model is an influencer, is an Instagram influencer with like 1 million users. Well, now we're looking to something that could could work for you in a different way. You give her image, she posts the image, she tags you, and now you're getting something out of it. At the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, one question that we all should should be trained to ask: what is in it for me? If you ask this question, what is in it for me? You're gonna stop working for free because oh, what I hear all the time. Actually, I haven't heard this in a while now because I haven't shot models a lot of time they don't hit me anymore. Oh, let's collaborate. Let's collaborate. What's the collaboration? Collaboration is I'm going to do something for you, you're going to do something for me, right? Oh, I love your work, blah, 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 blah. Let's collaborate. Yeah, let's collaborate. How are we going to, I'm going to go out and shoot you. What am I getting out of it? What am I getting out of it? Unless you have like half a million followers on Instagram, I'm not considering shooting you for free. You got to hire me. Because then what's in it for me? The number of followers. She's going to tag me and I may get some gigs out of that. You see how I'm thinking? What's in it for me? Now I'm going to shoot somebody who has like less followers than I have. I'm going to shoot somebody who has like 1,000 followers. That's not going to bring you anything back. Why? Why you guys keep doing this? It doesn't make sense, right? So it only doesn't make sense if you guys start asking, what is in it for me? Let's collaborate. Yes, let's collaborate. Let's go to her Instagram and see. Oh, you have like 500 followers, 1,000, 2,000 followers? No, it's not a collaboration. Here are my fees. Now, 500,000, 1 million, or put a number to whatever you feel like is going to be beneficial to you. Then it's something to consider to go out, photograph, give her a few images, and let make and hopefully she's going to tag you on those images on the post on Instagram, and you're going to get some business out of it because it's all about this, guys. It's all about how can I get my next gig? How can I get my next gig? How can I get my next gig? That's how you sustain your business. So I think Celeste answered my question. Hold on a second. So we're talking about, because he said not only text, also talk on the phone. And I'm using Celeste here as an example because I have I've known Celeste for some time now. I've seen his photography like woo get way, way, way better, amazingly better. And I have a lot of respect for him because he puts the time. He is running. He is in South Carolina now, running the 1010 studio. If you guys in South Carolina, hook up with Celeste because he has the 1010 studio. It's a beautiful place over there to shoot, right? And he shoots a lot of models, so I have a lot to learn with him. All right, he says Yes, it shows me that they are more serious. Nowadays, people are younger, models love Messenger and social media messaging. They say they don't give out their numbers for that. For me, that's not negotiable. See, learn something new. See, if they talk on the phone, they are more serious about the conversation. Okay, I mean, thank you, Celeste, for your comment. It's yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now I understand why you made that comment about the phone number. Okay, all right. So, guys, you guys have any questions on this? Let me know if you have any questions. I'll give you a few minutes, a few seconds. No questions? All right, awesome. Well, remember, every Monday and Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, we are here on YouTube, youtube.com/claysouzaofficial, talking about photography. Okay? If you have any topic that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments here on YouTube or send me a DM on Instagram, instagram.com/claysouzaofficial. I'm going to put the Instagram here in case you guys want to see it. Let me see. Oh, where's my banner? Oh, let me edit this. Hold on. Um, Instagram is at Clay Souza Official. That is right there. At Clay Souza Official is my Instagram handle. And here on YouTube, youtube.com/Clay Souza Official. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and or send me a message on Instagram. I'm on Instagram several times a day, almost every day, all the time. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button. We always here every Monday and Wednesday, 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, bring you the best tips about photography. The three pillars to amazing and desirable photography: lighting, composition, and posing. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I think there's a new comment. Brandon came in at the end. Brandon would be a really good person to talk about models because Brandon also shoots a lot of models. That's right, bro. Yeah. You come to the end next time. Next time, all right? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I truly appreciate your support always, and I will see you next week. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend, Alex. Good luck in New York. And let me see here. Erica, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate you being here. And Brandon, thank you so much for joining, brother. And I will see you guys on Monday next week. And keep watching the stories on Instagram. Keep watching the feed because there's some important and good stuff coming up down the pike next month. Okay? Guys, bye-bye. Have a great night. I will see you next week.